Hello guys, Vengeancer here, bringing you another BDO video. On Monday, I made a short little video about processing, and since I'm still in the middle of processing, I've worked my way through most of my resources here as far as copper goes, and I'm working on the iron right now, but which means I'm kind of just stuck here in town doing this, so I'm going to make a little video about gathering. There's not going to be much to see on the screen, so you can just listen in the background. But I made a longer series about this on my channel. It's in the playlist. It's my tax-free series. Made it like a year and a half ago, something like that, maybe a year ago, not quite. But I wanted to. A lot of this information is going to be a repeat of that, but most people don't want to go and sit and watch a 10, 12 part, half an hour long for each video series to get the info. So this is going to be a short little 10, 12 minute video. But there's three ways to get resources in BDO. Most straightforward is grinding. The second one's going to be through your workers / node empire. And then the fourth is going to be the life skills, which your gathering life skills is going to be gathering, fishing, hunting, and farming. Now the cooking, alchemy, processing, those are just ways to increase value after you've got the resources. That's the simplest way I know how to put it. Fishing is, you can do active or AFK. It's mostly an AFK activity. You're just going to basically get silver and a couple other little items that'll help you. Not going to go huge into that. Hunting, you're strictly going to be hunting animals, so you're going to be getting meat and animal resources. And then farming is all the stuff you can plant with seeds. But gathering, you can get all of this stuff. So you can get ores, you can get lumber, you can get meats, you can get sap. Let's see if I can open this up, tool bag. So we've got a bunch of different tools. You can get skins, you can go and gather herbs and plants. I already went over fluid, butcher knife, ores, and lumber. So huge way for you to actively get stuff. The only thing you're gated by is energy. Well, for beginners, this is what I'm going to recommend. This video is mostly for beginner and just a refresh. Since I'm going heavy into life skilling recently, it's taken a little bit of break of the grind because I need to get on top of my storages. And as I do that and kind of, I need to clear out my huge amount of silver that is just sitting here in resources, and then possibly rework my node network. But it's got me just thinking a lot about life skilling in general. So we're going to go over the basics of gathering. Hunting and gathering go together. So if you hunt, you have a rifle, which I've got one here somewhere. I got the artisan's matchlock, which I can use for the professional. I need to go level this up, but you go hunt monsters that are specifically designed for hunting. You can't do much damage to them with your regular skills, so you have to use a matchlock. Once they have been killed with the matchlock, then you put on your butcher knife and you gather them like you would any other animal in the world. And you get hunting XP as well as all the stuff, and the hunting XP will increase even at professional 7 with the mastery that I have. I have 730 mastery. It increases the more items. So if you're going for meat, this will probably be the way to go. However, if you're lazy like me and don't like the hunting skill very much, you can just straight gather, and there's all the different gathering things. You can increase it with the Manos or the Logia or the Garanoia. I think that's how you say it. The blue gear. But for beginners, I recommend going and seeing the Logia farm over here by Velia and talking to what's her name? Come on, zoom in so I can get the individual. This little lady right here, Camellia, and go buy some Logia gear, and that will get you started. You can repair it. There's also other tools that you can use off the marketplace, and there's Demiha stuff. I think that's how you say it. Let me, if I can find one here. Demihar. They will also work as well. You can get some of those through events and stuff. But that's how you get started with the gear. And as far as what do you want to gather as a beginner, It depends on what you're trying to do. If you have a value pack and you're trying to get straight silver through life skilling and gathering and just spend your energy, go gather meat. I recommend wolf meat. You're going to get a lot. It's this little area here just south of Nth Cave. You go over here and you can get a ton of wolf meat. You can also go get lamb meat. It doesn't bring as much, but you can, up in this area right here, there's a nice spot. Lion meat, if you're in Valencia and you hang out in Valencia, you can do lion meat up in this area. Up here at the Encanto coast, around in here. Lion meat brings a lot, but you don't get nearly as much per gather as you would wolf meat. But currently, if I'm gathering for profit, I do wolf meat. And then you can increase that with hunting. Of course, I went over that. Now, if you don't have a value pack and you're not planning on selling stuff and you just want to do gathering to kind of stockpile for later, I would go and gather rough stone and logs. Logs, I don't really have a good lumber spot. I guess you could come down here to the, where's it at? The Moncham Forest. And over on the right side, you won't get attacked by stuff. Don't go to the left side. But over here, you can pretty much just endlessly gather logs there. Or rough stone, which is the ores. You'll need a pickaxe for that. For the lumbering, you're going to need an axe. But for the ores, I recommend coming over here to Sandgrain and traveling out to this little Pilgrim's Haven out here and gathering the big rocks here. You can gather several times off of one rock, and I made a video about that earlier on my channel. It's in the tax-free silver playlist. But that's kind of a little quick thing. That is what I would gather if I was starting out. Rough stone and logs. Because rough stone, you can grind down into black. You can take these and, here we go, rough stone. And you grind them down into polished stone. Right? Grind them down, polished stone. And that is how you make your cooking utensils and your alchemy utensils. And you're also going to need logs for that. So those two things are very important, rough stone and logs. Now, the rough stone, you also need rough stone to craft other things, not just the polished stone, but those two will get you mostly what you need. And then you chop these down into usable scantling. So logs and rough stone, definitely good for a beginner. And that'll get you to where you can start leveling up your alchemy and cooking skills using your other resources. But once you have enough logs and rough stone to stockpile some of the cooking utensils, if you're not, if you don't have some of the 5,000 durability free ones that you get here and there from events and just different things, logins. Let me see. I got a couple of those. The Supreme Cooking Utensils, you get those from, like you said, different events and stuff. And they do have 5,000 durability. You can get them from cooking turn-ins and other things. So once you're up and running, it's not as important to build the cooking utensils because you can get Supreme ones pretty easy. And then switch over to gathering meat because you're going to need tons of meat to do all kinds of things with cooking. Same with the alchemy. You're going to need a bunch of herbs and stuff, so you're going to herb gather. Now, the last thing I want to touch on before I end this off is leveling up gathering. If you want to level gathering, you don't necessarily need a hoe, but it helps to go get a hoe, a Manus hoe. You get 30% gathering with that item drop, which is the important thing. Herb gathering is the best way to level your gathering as a new player because, or even as an advanced player, because the more procs you get when you gather, the more XP you get. So if you gather something and you get 2 items from it, you're not going to get near as much XP as you do whenever you gather and get 5 or 6 different items. And herb gathering has so many different fruits and herbs and flowers and crap that you get so much more XP. So come down here to Bear, ride through, and just kind of come along the river and just gather up and down. Outside of Bear here, there's you can pretty much gather wild herbs nonstop in a rotation, kind of like a little circle-y rotation, like a little oval. Until you run out of energy. But that'll level you up. That's how I level mine whenever I feel like doing it. and that'll get you going. But most of this info, if you're a veteran player or an older style player or somebody that does life skilling all the time, is going to seem like common sense and redundant. But for new players, it's something that is just kind of assumed that everyone knows. And people that have been playing a long time, like me, I've been playing since beginning of 2017. We don't really pass a lot of this stuff down, unless it's like on a wiki somewhere that somebody made a long time ago. There's a few that maintain it, but not very many. So I am doing my part in trying to pass some of this common sense knowledge stuff down. And that's all I got. So with next video, and you can see I've been doing my farms to gather meat instead of the wolf meat as much, but that is another video entirely. But I'm going to keep working on processing, and when I get through all of it, I'll do an update video to kind of push my life skills to where I'm going to go with them, and maybe even rework my my node network, and we'll see how it goes. I have to decide in the future how I want to move forward. But that's what I like about BDO. You can just sit and grind 24/7 and make a ton of silver, or you can go another route: life skills, node management, or just run around, do quests. I mean, there's 4,000 different ways to play this game, and that's what makes it so unique among MMORPGs. But thanks for watching. I'm cutting it off. This is supposed to be a short video, and that's what I'm going to keep it to. So hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope that this video gives you a little bit of info you didn't know before. And moving forward, as always, until next time.